From the heart of UCLan, this is Pulse Radio.
Hello. Welcome to the R&R and Carl show.
Welcome back.
I'm trying to make these intros better. Remember last week it was the Carl Angelis Power Hour. So now we've moved up the R&R and Carl show.
Who are the extra R's?
Just Rebecca,
Rachel,
Rupert,
Rachel,
Ryland. You know, just all the others. They're here in the background. You just don't ever hear them because they're not that big. They're only small.
They're only small.
Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome back.
We're your hosts. I'm Ryan.
I'm Rob.
I'm Carl.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm doing alright. How's things, everyone?
All right.
We didn't do last week, did we?
No, it was reading
reading week.
So we're
Busy doing very important work.
yeah, it's episode 10 as well. So
Yeah, we're in double digits now.
Yeah,
Double digits.
Scary.
Thanks for repeating what I said, Carl.
Double digits. Is it going to be triple soon?
No, it'll
No?
never be triple.
Triple. We'd have to be here for ages.
Yeah, we'd be doing them daily at that point if it was going to get triple anytime soon. I kind of doubt that.
Nah, I wouldn't be. I don't think I'd be up for that.
Daily recordings. Christ,
No.
we'd be struggling. We can barely do one a week.
So, what did you guys get up to at the weekend?
Well,
Anything?
I had a barbecue because the weather was nice, but didn't eat it outside because I'm not a psychopath. Because the weather did get miserable.
Okay.
Yeah,
When was this?
it was on Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Friday was lovely, and then Saturday it was like, oh, we're gonna have a barbecue because the weather was nice, and then it wasn't. So we just cooked the food and ate inside, which is I thought it's good. First barbecue of the year. It was not great,
Yeah.
but
In
you know it's
February,
going.
it's good.
I know, yeah,
Great.
it's good timing.
February barbecue.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you do on the weekend, Carl?
Worked. And then...
9 till 5. All the
No,
way to
7
make a
till
living.
3. 7 till
I
3.
was doing a Dolly Parton bit. Go on.
Fine. And then, because it was a nice day outside, parents were like, oh, Carl, let's do the gardening today. I'm like, are you joking me?
Are you joking
Garden.
me? That's what I
I was
say.
like, why? I don't want to...
My face when my parents make me garden.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
I helped my dad out some satellite stuff as well on the weekend.
Mm.
Saw on TV signals.
Yeah.
And it didn't work in the end, so that's pretty cool.
Mm.
So I got to spend a lot of time in the attic doing nothing, reading
Lovely.
lights on a little thing to see if it got a good connection.
Mm.
We never did.
You made me remember about the Mr. Bean episode of him doing the...
I'm not familiar, I'll be honest.
it was him doing, like...
I've seen
Time.
Mr. Bean, but I've not seen it for ages.
True.
What do you do on the weekend, Rob?
I worked on Saturday evening, which is a bit of a weird one. So,
9 till 5.
No.
What a way to make a living.
5 o'clock till 10 at night. Pretty much went in my own clothes and just counted everything in the store.
So
And that was it.
an important
that was-
shift is what you're saying.
No.
Trying
It
to
was good
remember
though.
how to count.
It's great because usually I'm in from 8, so it means getting up at like 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So I did whatever I wanted on the Friday evening.
That's
So
pretty
I drank quite a bit on the Friday evening because I didn't have to think about the morning
alcoholic.
after. Yeah.
Alcoholic.
Are you calling me out already?
I am. We've already done
Oh.
it. You put down that vodka, Rob. You can't drink in the studio.
Oh, no.
See? No one can disprove that.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't bring in vodka.
You
to a
might have done.
public kind of place.
Well, what's in that bag there? That paper bag with the bottle at the
Oh.
top.
Shh.
There you go.
Shh. Be quiet, alright? I'm gonna get kicked out at this point.
So, let's get on to today's topics then, yeah?
Yeah. So what should we start off with?
Carl, you have anything to say?
Pick a topic for us to start on, Carl.
Fuck
Our
one.
streaming service is killing the cinema industry.
Sure, okay. Let's go.
To some extent, I could say, yeah. If it was getting new releases exclusively on like Netflix, then probably. But all the new releases on Netflix tend to be crap. I don't know if you've seen that Bright movie a while back.
What?
Which movie?
What
Bright. It was with Will Smith, and there was people were promoting it as this is the cinema killer movie, and it was trash, and it didn't kill any.
Never seen it.
It did get
I've never even heard of it.
It did get a lot of views,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you only got those views because people are already paying for the subscription. If this was in a cinema, it would have probably got like very little payments.
Yeah.
So it's a weird one. It's hard to compare streaming with cinema.
No, yeah. I think as well, there's something about going to the cinema. I know it's expensive.
Yeah, especially if you just want a small Coke. It's like
Yeah,
£500.
no, yeah, I understand that it is expensive. The tickets are expensive, the food, drink, whatever. But the fact that you got an absolutely ginormous screen,
Yeah.
mostly a really incredible sound system.
Mostly. You got always your audiophilia
crap.
kicking in.
Odeon's crap.
Is it?
Audio system. Compare it to View's one at the Capitol Centre. So much
Calling
better.
out Views now.
Oh, yeah.
View is good. View's audio system is 10 times better in my opinion. But yeah, I think
Opinion
there is some.
is
There
the
is
word
some.
to take away there.
There
We're
is-
not getting sued if you say opinion.
It's an opinion, yeah. Yeah, right, yeah. But I think that there's something about going to the cinema that you can't get from potentially, because most people will not have, a really, really, really good TV, really good sound system at home to, kind of bring a TV show or movie to life.
I do agree with like picture and audio quality is just generally better in a cinema. You can't really replicate it in a home environment.
Especially
Well,
if
you
you've got,
could
like,
if
bad,
you had like
but
£500 million in your bank account.
Yeah, if
People
you have
have.
like really, there's too many factors which can make streaming not that great. Bad internet connection,
Yeah,
TV being not the greatest quality. Having just really, say you just have a normal TV for sound, it's not really going to be that great.
No, you do need. Yeah.
Last night I was watching Bohemian Rhapsody. Would have made it much more better going to see it at the cinema, because I never went to go and see it in the cinema. But imagine being in the cinema, hearing that compared to last night I was watching on some TVs. It's very music related film.
Yeah.
You want the sound system.
Especially something like that.
Ideally, the music sounds really good.
Actually, something that's relevant. We got a new TV back at home recently, a nice 4K. I think it's 36 inch. So it's a good TV.
Yeah.
Audio coming through it, like the audio channels through the TV.
Yeah.
Awful. Probably one of some of the worst audio I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Picture's great. We're lucky we have an audio system. If we didn't, it would have been awful.
Yeah.
You
Most
can imagine how
TVs
many
are.
people just buy that and don't get a audio system.
Yeah, most people. There's a handful of people who potentially buy a TV and they'll buy a soundbar or something.
Yeah.
To connect. But in general,
You do
most
need
people
nowadays.
just
You
use
do need a
speakers.
soundbar.
Yeah.
Unless you're using an old TV, like my TV is oldish.
The problem is some TVs now they expect you to put them on the wall,
Oh
which
yeah.
means they make the speakers work better when they're on a wall. Like mine, I've got my one recently. It was previously on a stand. I thought, the speakers are pretty bad on it.
Put it on the wall.
Put it on the wall, and it sounds much better. So I'm assuming that's what they do. They assume that you're going to put it on a wall
Probably.
with a bracket, and they sound much better.
Not
A
everyone
lot more
has
bass and
infinite wall
everything.
space.
Yeah, I know, but if they're going to do that, then what's the point? You need soundbars and everything
No.
at that point. So yeah, to answer that question, the streaming service is killing the cinema. I'd say not really.
No, I
Not
don't.
really, yeah.
There's the different experiences.
If you could get something that you already paid for, like on the subscription service for at home, you'd watch it. But if you if you was going to the cinema, you'd pick a film you'd want to watch, wouldn't you? You wouldn't just, like I said, bring back Bright. You wouldn't just go to the cinema to watch Bright because it's an awful fucking movie. But if it's at home and you got nothing else to, put Bright on.
Yeah,
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah. I think
Got your
streaming
pros and cons.
services
So
are more focused towards not particularly movies, but more TV shows. Anyway.
There's a lot of movies on there.
Yeah, no, but
Like
I know people, but you tend.
You know people. I know
to
people as well.
I know people.
People tend to watch TV shows.
Yeah, people also tend to watch movies. I don't see your point.
Yeah, I know, but they use streaming services particularly for.
They also
TV shows.
use. There's a lot of movies on Netflix. I really don't see your point. I don't see a lenience just on towards TV.
But, yeah, obviously.
I do see plenty of movies on Netflix. I probably
No,
see
I'm
more
not saying
movies
that-
than
I'm not saying
TV.
there isn't. No, there's. What I'm trying to make it. The point I'm trying to make is obviously at cinema. You don't go to cinema to watch the TV. You go to watch a movie. That for me is a better experience going to watch a movie there than it would be, say, watching it at home on a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Most people tend to have Netflix, Amazon Prime
For the sake
Video.
of watching a
For the
series, okay.
For the sake of watching a series, that's what I'm trying to.
Okay, I get
Right.
you. I misunderstood what you
So
was
the
trying to
cinema
say.
will never really. I think people much prefer to go to the cinema to watch it. It's just the
obviously.
pricing kind of puts people off.
Yeah.
I think if it costs, say, $5 for an adult ticket or something,
It wouldn't be too
people
bad, would
think
it?
you'd be like, well, you know what, I'll go. But what is it, 12, 13 quid?
Yeah,
I think
yeah, it's
at the
pretty
moment?
high. Yeah.
You're not
And
going to pay that.
is these big boss, these rich cinema owners like to justify inflating prices by saying, "Oh, streaming's killing." So it's a good excuse to raise
It's like,
prices.
we have now an excuse to raise the money.
It's a common thing in industry where you claim that the industry is dying, so you have to raise prices. It happens in gaming all the time.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Should we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Peter Steve Irwin. What a palaver, eh?
I know, right?
What's this about Peter Steve Irwin?
Steve Irvin?
Steve Irvin.
Steve Irvin.
Do you know who Steve Irvin was, Carl?
No. That's why I'm asking.
He was the crocodile hunter. That was his nickname.
Oh.
Yeah.
He used to wrestle crocodiles. He was a very entertaining person, I think.
But yeah, he
didn't kill any crocodiles, I should say. He did wrestle them, though. He knew how to train them, and he's very talented.
What's this about, then?
He liked protecting animals.
He did. He was a big animals' rights activist, but he also knew how to treat them properly, especially crocodiles. That was his main thing. He obviously died.
He got a stingray, wasn't
it? Like 10 years ago now, and it was. I think it's his birthday anniversary.
Yeah, and
recently.
Google had put up. They changed the Google logo.
Yeah.
To whatever style they did one for him, and then Peter, the organisation. I don't know what Peter stands for.
Parents.
PETA.
Parents.
Totally anal.
Right.
All right then.
PETA then. They claim to be like kind of the similar type of thing.
they claim to be animal rights activists, but they've been proven time and time again they're not.
Yeah. And they called us out saying, Steve Irwin,
he's a bad man. That's what I think they basically insinuate. They think he's a bad person.
I think there was, what statistic was it? They were saying 80%
they kill a lot of
animals. They get euthanized.
A lot of animals that get into their hands are euthanized. Basically, all I've seen from Peter is they'd like to do publicity stunts.
Yeah. And
I think this is the exact same. They just enjoy doing it. I don't know why. Do they have financial backers? What are they? It's so weird.
Yeah. And they're just calling out somebody who, in reality, is quite famous for being...
Oh, yeah. He was good for his animal rights, and he was a good guy.
Yeah.
And it's like he was going around shooting animals, was it?
Well, yeah, if he'd done that, then you could have been like, okay, fair enough.
I think he would have got a Google Doodle if he did
wouldn't,
that.
That's the thing. But for this organisation being really hypocritical in that sense, it's like...
They've always been. They've done tons of stuff where it's like they've gone too far or they've said things.
No, yeah, I've known quite a few.
They like to harvest, controversy. They like to build it up.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing something from Peter they put on the Twitter saying we should get rid of anti-animal language.
Yeah, I did see that.
If you heard the phrase bring home the bacon.
Yeah. They said bring home the
bread
or something.
Yeah, they were like
beating a dead horse instead of just beating a dead. I don't know. I don't think. So yeah, Peter's trash. Don't support him.
No, yeah.
There's better animal rights organisations out there. Peter's just the most well-known one, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah. But I think they're well-known for
RSPCA is pretty decent from what I understand. Maybe I'm wrong.
WWF.
They're
fair.
They help the pandas and all that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see Peter doing that. Peter, all they care about is killing dogs, apparently.
Pretty much. I saw some on that. They killed most of the cats and dogs they got in.
It's kind of ridiculous.
So what? Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
What topic should we go for?
Go on, Rob.
I'd say just go for this Momo thing.
Momo?
Carl, explain Momo.
I got a thing I could go on about this. This could lead right into YouTube stuff. This is good.
Right, so if you got
Juicy.
this Momo thing, it was like...
Carl did air quotes when he said Momo. It's
air quotes.
He did. That was air quotes. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Momo is a 3D sculpture of a weird looking creature made by a Japanese 3D artist.
Apparently, you've got...
It looks creepy as anything, doesn't it, Carl?
You add this account on WhatsApp, and then they tell you to do this challenges.
The Momo challenges.
Yeah, Momo challenges, telling you hurt yourself or do this
eat pills and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's just not good.
No, but it's come back, hasn't it?
It's made
this was September last year. Momo was a thing, and now it's making the rounds again, but video form.
Yeah,
apparently.
In particularly kids videos. So on YouTube, there's quite a lot of like kids unboxing videos, like kids playing with like train sets, all like kind of really child friendly. What you think is really child friendly videos, but then this Momo character thing, whatever it is appearing kind of hidden in the video, so you can't tell with the thumbnail or anything. Or even watching the first, it just appears, scares kids because it's instantly just cuts from the video to this picture.
Jump scare, yeah.
But then, kind of does it ask you to use Momo challenges, and obviously,
it's
causing
dangerous.
uproar again, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Imagine being a little kid and watching Mickey Mouse videos on YouTube,
so
and then
Momo
Momo
totally
shows up.
innocent, and then they see that thing. Scary.
You see,
scary.
This leads into another thing with. This is not the only thing that's plaguing children's videos on YouTube.
Okay.
I was reading an article literally early today. Someone was like, their kid was watching a YouTube video, then a strange-looking man comes on screen and explains how to tie a noose, and then walks off. And the mother was mortified.
Yeah.
That clip is Filthy Frank, the YouTuber, from his green screen collection. There's a clip that he did in character.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Filthy Frank.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
He's got a green screen collection for anyone to edit. And some guy just got some kids' video and just put Filthy Frank telling kids how to tie a noose in it.
Oh.
Wow.
Christ. Kids' videos on YouTube are plagued. There's no way. They're buggers.
The thing is, obviously it's going to be quite hard for YouTube to potentially remove that because they're going to have to go through.
YouTube does have a big problem with kids' content anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware of Elsagate. That was a whole thing, no, 2017.
This is new.
Elsagate was it forced YouTube to put new rules in because they was getting those live action videos of people dressed as Elsa and Spider-Man and other just Disney characters.
Yeah.
And they would do very bizarre, kind of like sexual things in the videos.
Okay.
But it was under the guise of like, it's a kids thing.
Oh, God.
It was very weird concepts that shouldn't really be for a kids video.
Yeah.
And basically, it got brought to YouTube's attention, and they put out new rules that you can't like use someone else's character incorrectly like that. So they got done in, but that still floods YouTube, stuff like that.
No, yeah, because these kind of Momo challenge things are appearing halfway through videos, which seem totally innocent at the start and the end, and you can't. They're gonna have to. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
It gets deeper than that. Trust me, because I've looked. I read into all this stuff before. There's this whole thing with these kids channels. Some are botted. They're botted to take other kids videos and just re-upload them. Some are on algorithms to copy other people's videos and mix and match the clips in them so they can't be identified, then re-upload them, all for the sake of making more money.
Yeah.
It gets one step further. Their accounts that have been inactive for over 6 years all of a sudden start uploading kids content. There's channels out there where you go to their first video, it's like them playing Call of Duty. Then 6 years later, they're posting these weird kids videos. There is like a big conspiracy going on that these channels are just getting inactive channels get targeted by these bots and they get forced to upload this stuff. One prime example was there was a makeup YouTuber only recently as well. I think maybe last year, and she just lost. She was over 100,000 subscribers. Just gone. All it uploads now is kids videos. It's so weird. Yeah. But YouTube doesn't do anything. It's a very strange one because I don't think many people are aware of that.
Yeah.
So that's it. To you listeners, go down the rabbit hole. You'll see some messed up stuff on kids' YouTube.
Yeah.
It is weird. It's the Wild West of videos out there.
It's really that's
Meanwhile,
crazy.
I can't see my favorite YouTube swearing, but apparently kids can watch like the weirdest shit, the people get monetized for it.
That's
YouTube is a hellscape.
It's a mess, isn't it? It's really.
Which goes on to Adpocalypse at the moment. Adpocalypse 2, they're calling it.
Adpocalypse.
Adpocalypse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay.
It's a joke.
I know
the joke of sequels. Carl, do you know anything about this new Adpocalypse?
All I know is that companies, is it?
Companies
yeah.
a guy basically brought it to attention, these companies.
Yeah, and then they're like, I think he put on his like description, like
we
all
need
the
to
contact
we need
details.
to clarify. This guy is a man called Matt Watson. He did a YouTube video exposing paedophile rings that exist within YouTube.
Yeah.
And they circulate mainly in the comment section on under monetized videos that get upwards of like 100,000 views and stuff.
Yeah.
And he brought to some companies' attentions, and now a load of them are pulling back their ads. One being in particular, Fortnite stopped putting ads on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think a few big
Disney
ones.
one was up.
Disney,
as well.
yeah. There's a few big names in there. Udemy, I saw, pulled out.
Yeah.
I think he put like every like contact details on his description.
So now YouTube say you can now be demonetized if your comment section is considered unsafe. So now it's just a better option to just get rid of comments. To be honest, were YouTube comments that good anyway?
No.
No.
They were never like that big. They
No.
should have been got rid of long ago, to be honest.
I didn't really ever go particularly into the comment section of video. Very often.
Whenever I did, I used to always regret it. It looks there's no productive conversations there. It's like racist people and lunatics just talking into themselves.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you have a massive troll on YouTube and then they start posting shit and comments, wouldn't the uploader get shit for it then?
Yeah, exactly that. So what's the point?
So
just
disable
life, exactly. Yeah, just
if they're trying to be YouTuber.
So just disable YouTube comments. There's no point in having them anymore.
If you want kind of like feedback and stuff, just use
Usually
Twitter.
Twitter, Facebook, Facebook.
So some social media where you share videos.
That's what to be honest, I see more creators like contact on there, and then they put their Discord links, and that's how you get better in contact with your creators.
Oh yeah.
It's YouTube is not the way to talk to someone you like.
No,
it's awful.
Especially not now.
It's good at watching stuff though.
Yeah.
That's what YouTube should focus on, and not communication with each other. Is kind of stupid.
No, I know it used to be the case like years ago. You used to be able to just like private message accounts and stuff.
You used to. It still has it. That's a feature.
Still
has it.
Yeah, but no one uses it.
Yeah. No, I remember you used to be able to just kind of go on, message, say your favorite YouTuber, and hope for a response.
But then you find out that they've disabled messages to them. You can't. Yeah, I had that a couple of times when I was younger.
It's just like,
write out a heartfelt paragraph, and then all of a sudden, no, I can't send. All right, thanks. So that YouTube is a hellscape that should be sent down to hell to burn further. No, it needs a lot of improvement, but
it does. It needs, because it's just, I think, too much of a mess at the moment. There's too much stuff going on, and I don't know, especially with obviously this Momo thing taking a resurgence again. Momo, and
very scary.
It's
I think it's funny in a kind of fucked up way, because it's like it's messed up that it's doing this damage, but it's it's part of the humor now at this point that YouTube just can't do anything right. That this is getting through.
Yeah.
You know, it's so messed up. It's like, how did this not get noticed by anyone?
Considering what, I'm sure they have hundreds of thousands.
I know.
Yeah.
These kids' videos get upwards of like 1 billion views sometimes. They get big numbers.
Because kids just click on them.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that thumbnail looks cool.
Well, no, it's the autoplay feature. You could just
that as well,
You could put like a YouTube on your television, put it full screen, leave autoplay on, and your kids will end up like watching Filthy Frank by the end of the night.
The algorithm?
The
algorithm is a nightmare.
Yeah. I've sat like using it for music,
and you end up getting Filthy Frank music. I like Filthy Frank, but he's not appropriate for anyone.
No, right. And started off listening to some music. About an hour later, start hearing some like commentary. Look at it.
YouTube.
Fortnite gameplay.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how is this
related?
The
algorithm.
It's the algorithm.
It is confusing. No one knows
totally
how it works.
Medium, gaming and music. They're not. I don't know how it gets.
Yeah, you probably went from music to gaming themed music, because that's a.
I didn't know.
I
was listening to.
Maybe people have just been putting messed up things in the tags to get involved in anything.
I assume it is because they must rely too much on the tags.
You just sat there listening to Little Pump, and you're just upset that you can't get your Fortnite gameplay gets interrupted.
Dear. Should we switch from the?
Yeah, let's move on. That's a decent, hefty YouTube chat. Theresa May's holding the country hostage. Rob, do you believe me?
What?
She's holding. The big thing at the moment. Carl is so unaware of politics.
Really,
exactly.
Theresa May is she's trying to get a vote through Parliament, and it's almost like she's delaying it, and now it seems like it's going to be a vote between her vote or no deal Brexit. But there's been a big push for a second referendum if that's the option. So who knows what's going to happen? But she's trying to hold it hostage. I also put down after this on the point list.
Yeah.
She maybe. Well, do you reckon she could go down as one of the worst prime ministers? It's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
I'd say so.
There was some like, I don't know. She just no one likes her. No one I know likes her.
No.
Maybe that's just because we live in student community areas.
We are particularly
working class areas, so people aren't really going to be fond of Theresa May.
If you went down to more posh areas,
like Theresa May.
I was going to say the word that you didn't like, salubrious.
Salubrious.
The one where you said, do you remember a couple of episodes ago?
I do remember.
Like, what is that? Yeah, I was going to say that, but yeah, more posh areas. You probably get more people in favour of Theresa May than
I don't know why they won't be in favour for her.
We're in like the industrial north, so you're gonna get.
I know.
You're gonna get.
We hated Margaret Thatcher, and Theresa May feels like Margaret Thatcher times 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't there at the time. So great prime minister we got.
Not really.
I know.
Well, Labour are back to second referendum.
Yeah, I mentioned it was in the case they don't get their Brexit. They don't want a no deal, and it's good that they've clarified that.
Yeah.
And now they're open to a second referendum.
Yeah.
So that's.
I think personally, it's potentially a bit too late.
No, it's not. I don't think it's too late.
I'd say.
Why would you say it's too late?
Because if Brexit the date doesn't get pushed back, if it doesn't get delayed.
But what if we don't? Do we just have a no deal on if our Parliament doesn't agree to
that's what I'm worried about. If we run out of time,
there's so much,
and they don't push it back, then we'll just end up with a no deal.
Do we just leave the EU? What's the case here? I don't know how all the red tape around all this works. Do we have to officially say no? We are leaving with no deal,
what I've gathered,
or do we just we've not agreed to anything, so we're just not leaving? We're just leaving. I don't know. So I don't know if it's too late or if it's too early.
What I've gathered is the date that they've been given is if you don't sort out something else with us beforehand or change your mind in some way or another, then you're out.
Then why do we have the option to push it back then?
Well, is this been confirmed? Has this been confirmed? I don't know.
No, but if there's a talk about having it pushed back.
Yeah,
Theresa May's even recently spoke about having it pushed back, so it's like...
No, but if it's going to get confirmed and they're going to turn around and be like, yeah, it's getting pushed back...
Is it even a rigid date? It's such a...
yeah.
I think if we got... Because, there's so much red tape around everything. We'd have to openly say, no, we're leaving with no deal. You know?
Yeah.
Because...
I think that's what it should be. I don't think we should just be
leave with no deal. That's a bad idea, bro.
No.
I'm joking. I'm taking Rob out of context. Don't quote Rob on that.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. No, I think it should be the case that we have to explicitly say I hope they haven't agreed to it. It's where if we don't sort anything by this date, we're out.
It probably won't be the case. Something like that. It can't be because
I've not seen anything explaining that though.
Calm down, Rob. Don't hit me.
I'm not hitting you.
I know you just seemed very angry.
I'm not angry.
Rob's angry. He's full of rage. Steam is coming from his ears.
I've got headphones on, so you won't be able to see that.
The desktop client Steam is coming out of his ear.
Oh dear.
Look at those sales for games that I already own.
Oh dear.
So let's move on because politics is upsetting Rob.
Should we go for thinking about it? Should we get some music going?
Let's get some music going. Yeah. We'll be right back.
See you in a bit.
Yeet. Welcome back. Rob, the audio levels are very loud.
They are exactly the same level as before.
I refuse to believe that because my ears hurt now.
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah.
It's too loud.
There.
There's a little bit better, but that'll do.
That'll do, yeah.
Stop complaining about here.
Well, I wouldn't complain if you weren't a deaf son of a bitch and knew how to master audio levels.
I am deaf. Pretty much. You might as well
I'm actually deaf in one ear and I'm somehow got better hearing than you. How's this going on?
My hearing's awful.
It's because of him listening to music all the time.
That's literally all I do. Full volume.
But I'm down one ear, and he's fine. Well, he's not.
Can you lower mine then?
He's got
please?
both.
It's too loud.
I'll scream. Maybe cut that bit out.
Ryan's got a mission to try and deafen our listeners.
I don't care.
Our 3 listeners.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, lads.
Lads, are you shooting all guys?
Yeah. It could be short for ladies. Laddies.
Laddies.
Yeah. You don't never know.
Top of the morning, laddies.
Top of the morning, laddies.
Fuck off.
Can we kick Carl off the show?
I watch Jacksepticeye.
Actually, do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I bet that's Rob. We've never spoke about what YouTubers we subscribe to.
Okay. Do you want to? Should we do it?
Let's do it. So Carl watches Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, as well as abroad in Japan.
I guess they go to Japan and they're abroad.
Just
I think I've seen,
basically.
Yeah, I think I've seen this. Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
I don't subscribe, but I've seen some of them. Yeah,
that's why I'm
interested. Is that it, Carl?
Yeah. What is that? The only Carl's one subscription.
Nigga Higa.
Oh yeah. What did Nigga Higa do?
It's skits, like random skits. Actually,
I used to watch that stuff. I feel my mic is overloading a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like I've overloaded it twice now.
No, it's all right.
All right.
I've got the dials here, so I can tell if you've been overloaded.
Okay.
Easy.
All right. Sorry. Cut back in there, I guess.
But yeah, Nigga Higa do skits, and I think he put so much effort in his skits as well.
I can't remember any of them for some reason. I remember watching them.
How to be a gangster. That's the oldest ones.
I really can't remember.
How to be a ninja now.
I think that this is just not my brain anymore. I think it's got eradicated.
Yeah.
So what channels have you subscribed to?
I subscribe to a lot of animation channels because I always like animation. So I usually get about 3 videos in my subscription box a year because animation takes time.
Yeah.
No, I have a lot of channels subscribed to that does animation focus. What else do I'm trying to think now. Not PewDiePie because he's not funny. Everyone's doing the subscribe to PewDiePie. I'll subscribe to him when he's funny.
Yeah, I don't subscribe
He's just
to PewDiePie.
not funny.
Ever since he stopped doing like gaming videos, I just
even that midway through his game, I realized he's just never been funny. I used to watch his when I was like 2012. I used to watch his videos. I was like, this is not funny anymore. I grew up, and PewDiePie apparently didn't.
What channels are you subscribed to then, Rob?
The Syndicate Project. It's one of them.
Boo.
Yeah.
FIFA?
No. Healthy junk food. I don't know if you've ever seen
What?
that.
No.
Healthy junk food. They recreate fast food themselves.
Yeah, healthy.
There are a couple that are doing it. And
I've heard of this before, actually.
And they actually make everything from scratch. It's really quite interesting, actually.
Actually, sounds interesting.
I just eat something healthy.
Yeah, but they sometimes try making a healthy version of. They spell healthy as Hell.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, it's in hell.
They go into hell.
Okay.
They go into hell for their sins. I get it.
Who else have I got?
I'm subscribed to. I know recently I found a new channel out of nowhere called. I think it's called like Ants Nation. It's such a weird. Like I was on my suggested, and it's like a. This guy's got like loads of these tanks just for ant farm, like huge ant farms and stuff. And he's got like lizards and shit. And it's just he's just showing like, oh yeah, some of these this colony of this ants have just been infected, and I've tried to put a parasite in them to cure them of their infection. What? It's like this is fascinating as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching ant videos on YouTube now. It's like how far have I gone?
Yeah.
Nah, he's good though. He's a Filipino, Carl, so you'll like him.
Now I've subscribed to this channel called Exploring the Unbeaten Path. These Belgian guys who go and explore places they're not meant to. So they've gone and explored over in like
not meant to.
They've gone and explored where Chernobyl and stuff like that. And they go and explore it in like abandoned places and everything, and they film everything inside. There's like the airport over in Cyprus where there's like loads of. It's like totally abandoned. I think it's like Nicosia Airport or something like that. They went in and. It's fascinating. Some of the stuff.
Have they been caught yet? Like going to?
No, yeah,
they've been arrested and trialed.
They've got kicked out by like these weird people who kind of turn up. There's a lot of places weird people in these just kind of inconspicuous vans just turn up and try and get them out. Sometimes they've been able to get official access because some places they're allowed to go in, and they've talked to like government officials and stuff to be able to get permission. But it's fascinating stuff. You see some places that go, and it's like, and they speak English. So, when they don't, they have subtitles. It's fascinating stuff, actually. it's quite interesting to see like how everything's just how it used to be. It's crazy. Like they explored this like Russian school or something, and you saw just like propaganda and stuff from the
walked through Chernobyl. They walked through Chernobyl.
Yeah, it's weird.
Couple radiation won't do anyone some harm, you know.
No, yeah, it's
just might be a bit infertile afterwards. I don't know about that.
They're interesting videos anyway.
Trying to look at my subscriptions.
I had to go on mine to kind of. Oh yeah, the Hour and Hour Show.
Wow! That's my favorite YouTube channel. Jack Black's YouTube channel. I'm subscribed to that. For some
is that the gaming?
I've not watched any of his videos. I just subscribed to it because I like Jack Black. He probably isn't that funny.
Nah, he's not. I've watched some of it. It's like, it's alright, I guess.
Have you guys ever seen a YouTuber called Seth Everman?
Seth? Wow, the name's familiar.
He's a Swedish guy. He like produces music, but he just does it as like a total joke, and he'll like.
So it's like you, Rob. He's hanging up the headset. He's gone. Come back, Rob. Come back, Rob. Come back to us. I'm sorry. He's gone. It's the Ryan and Carl show now.
What happened to your voice?
I don't know what's happened to my voice. I think I'm very ill. Sorry, Rob. Oh, that was a bit close there.
You better be.
Okay, Rob's back.
I'm back.
So
not quitting yet. It's episode 10. I can't quit just yet.
Yeah, episode 59 is when everything's going to kick off.
Yeah. Are you predicting it now?
I'm calling it now. I'm calling it.
So what's this about Nintendo then?
Nintendo, the USA representative has stepped down. He did a big retirement video.
Why?
It's called Reggie. You know Reggie? Reggie Fils-Aimé. Yeah, he's retiring from the position. Sorry. He's just had enough working in that field. And he's like a fan favorite. He's really well liked by the community. There's lots of memes about him. And he does like Nintendo press conferences and all that, and he's done E3 for Nintendo before.
Yeah.
And then Nintendo are pretty aware of the meme and they play into it. But he's retiring, unfortunately. And the guy who's following him, who's being replaced with him, is called Bowser.
Is that his actual name?
Seriously, yeah. It's Doug Bowser is replacing him. Doug Bowser's Twitter is a picture of a Mario and Luigi plushie tied to like a log in like a room. He really is playing into it.
Yeah.
So now the USA, Nintendo America,
it's owned by Bowser.
It's owned by Bowser. I hope they make loads of jokes about it in the future.
That's going to have a lot of jokes there.
That's like perfect opportunity with that, isn't it?
So this guy seems pretty cool. He's a very likable guy. So it's not like a worse thing that he's being replaced. But good on Nintendo. They're good at being open and they know how to properly retire like their CEO positions.
Yeah. I mean, get somebody in who sounds pretty decent. That's good. It's not like Activision and EA sacking large amounts of staff.
You aware of this, Carl? You might be.
No.
Well, Activision after what's it called? After they did trash games this year, but they did well financially, retiring loads of staff just out of the blue. Just like a week, I think they didn't even give a week announcement. They just kind of did it on a day. And then EA just
There's
did.
no reason.
Generally, is the theory I subscribe to is they're growing, but not at the rate they want to be. So to basically, because this is how big corporations go. They usually keep growing, and then they hit like a ceiling, and then they get disappointed they're not growing enough after that. Yeah. So they're at that point where they're not growing to the extent they want to be. So now we got to cut costs. So they just start sacking loads of people. So EA is doing the exact same thing. And they did Anthem, which was bad. What was the other one? Apex Legends.
That was successful.
It's been very successful, and yet they're still sacking loads of staff. It really is that case where they're not growing to the... They expect a ridiculous amount of company growth, and they're not getting it. So that's why they're like, we got to cut corners.
To be honest, they did.
They won't cut CEO salary, will they?
No. Yeah. They won't cut down management positions. They'll just kind of.
Which throws me back to Nintendo. I think it was Iwata when he was the head of Nintendo.
Yeah.
In Japan, at least. During like a really bad year for Nintendo, where they didn't really make that much money, he said he'd take the hit for the money. he willingly. Keep in mind, he's already CEO, so he's doing well.
Yeah.
But he said, my paycheck will take the hit. So people kept their jobs, and he just made less money that year personally. That's a bold move.
Yeah.
This is why
Fair play to
Nintendo
him,
remains my favorite game company.
Fair play to him.
Well, one of my favorite game companies because they get it.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a very good move, that, because obviously, if they end up sacking a load of people, it's just, obviously, I don't think anybody wants to ever lose a job, do they?
No.
To then.
Especially to something like that, where it's just like, oh yeah,
it's out of your control
at
that point, isn't it? Because you can't really affect that directly.
One of the worst things these companies do is they give you very little like time to actually find out you've been sacked, because they don't like if you have something like they tell you you're gonna lose your job on this date, then you start preparing. Then it makes the person start preparing for another job, start searching and focus less on that work at the time. So they leave it so late, so they get as much out of that individual as possible, and then screw them over at the last minute. It is.
That's a bad way. To do it.
That's how they all do it.
Yeah.
So it's welcome to capitalism, where your life is expendable.
Yeah, they don't care, do they? At that point, it's another person.
Well, your
number,
money,
really, aren't you? Yeah.
It's all about money,
you're
Rob.
costing them, so yeah, pretty much. What about Fortnite as well?
Carl, you know about this?
Yeah, go on, Carl.
So apparently, even though Fortnite made tons of money, like last year.
Yeah, they did. Last year was the year of Fortnite. And around the end of 2017, I'll give it. Yeah. Last year was the year of Fortnite.
From like December to January, their revenue dropped down to 50%. No, they dropped 50% of their revenue.
That's quite a lot.
To be fair,
that's
December to January, so
even Christmas sales where kids are buying like V-Bucks then.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, what you'd expect to be kind of a rise in revenue at that point at Christmas, wouldn't you?
You sure got the statistic right? Because that just seems wrong to me that it'll be a 50% drop in December, or comparing December to January.
It'll be comparing the difference from probably the end of... Because
there's going to be a lot of kids getting V-Bucks for Christmas and then buying shit.
No, you certainly think so. But wouldn't that be potentially in what was November to December at that point, kind of the revenue across there?
Well, if you compare, I don't.
People tend to buy
all it says here is December to January, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I assume this is from the end of December to the end of January. It's kind of like month span. Whereas not many people. To be fair, you could read into that and say, well, end of December to January, Christmas has just been and gone. People won't want to be spending money.
Probably.
You could argue that.
January is the dead season.
Quite a lot.
When movie companies think their movie is going to do really bad, they just release it in January.
Yeah,
because they know it's good. Because it's not. Yeah, it's not. Well, it's January is considered like the dead month for movies.
Yeah, well, it's probably the same for game industry as well, isn't it?
Maybe
I'd say because most people don't.
Game industry is weird now. You get games that just get announced on the day it's released. So it's weirder.
Yeah,
so a bit hard to compare. But I get you.
Yeah, you could read into that and think, oh well, Fortnite's failing, but to be fair, that could be down to Apex Legends stealing a bit of thunder.
I don't think it'd be that. No, 50% drop just from Apex Legends. I don't think.
I don't know particularly myself how popular Apex has been.
It's been popular, but
Apex has been released like 2 weeks ago.
Everyone's like, Apex is going to be the.
Wouldn't have directly affected it, then would it?
Yeah, people keep saying that Apex is going to be like the Fortnite killer, and it's not. It'll be part of the Fortnite killer. It's when the more Battle Royales come out that will slowly draining Fortnite.
It was the Anthem killer, to be honest.
It was the Anthem killer. To be honest, Anthem was dead on arrival.
Yeah.
Christ. Rob's laughing. He doesn't know. Anthem was dreadful.
I've heard how bad it is. I've not played it myself, but I've heard how bad it is, so I can
It looks bad from the start. I don't know why anyone had any expectations for it.
Yeah.
That and they released Anthem like a week after Apex Legends was released.
They knew it was going to bomb.
So it was going to, be a horrible launch.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. Poor BioWare. I'd hate to be working for them at this point.
Imagine putting that much effort into a game and then realizing it just turns
BioWare have not had a good couple of years, have they?
Free-to-play game.
BioWare have been having a bad few years. They released the last Mass Effect, which got horrible. It was a single player game. They got review bombed, and then they released a multiplayer game, and it gets review bombed. So it's like they can't do any game apparently.
Oh, what a shame.
rip BioWare because it'll probably get closed down by EA, like all the other 1,000 companies they close down nowadays. Just for the fun
I'm
of it.
assuming that was not part of the large sacking then. Don't close them down.
No, I don't know the individuals who were sacked, but I know some of them were just programmers and stuff and art designers. Like not like low entry positions. It was people in who were doing decent
work.
But they're not that. People who graduated and got these jobs.
Yeah.
And then
it's
drop them.
Yeah.
It's a nice one, EA.
Well done, EA.
Let's talk about EA and how many companies they've closed. I don't know. Are you aware of this?
I'm not aware of how many directly.
No.
I don't know the exact number, but a common thing EA does is they will buy out a company that does a really good game. I'll put an example. Maxis, they made The Sims.
Oh, right, yeah.
So they made Sims 1, 2, and the SimCity.
Yeah.
They'll keep running games with them, making more demand. Sims 3, Sims 4. They have like really weird like pricing for expansion packs. And then they when they're not making enough money, they close them. So Maxis is now closed. Happened with the guys who did Dead Space. They're closed down now.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
It
about
happens. People think DICE and BioWare are next, but it most likely will be BioWare at this way.
Yeah.
Because they have got bad reviews and it's not looking good. So rip BioWare. At this rate, EA is going to have no game developers working for them.
They're gonna have no game production studios.
They'll probably have something in-house. I reckon they do.
Yeah, in-house.
Yeah.
The guys who do FIFA, I don't know, are they in-house? They're part of the FIFA sport, aren't they?
Yeah, they actually are in-house developers at that point.
That's all they'll probably...
The sport games are all done in-house from EA.
If EA only ever made FIFA games, I'd be happy. I don't care about FIFA.
That's what makes them the money.
I know.
Sport games, NBA, FIFA, that's their money. That's their cash cow in a way. They flog it every year, near enough the same game each year, different database of players mostly. The odd tweak to a feature or something, and they roll it out
and
again.
they had a single player for a while.
What's that?
There was a single player mode for it for a little bit.
For FIFA?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called The Journey. It's a story mode. Weird kind of concept. Obviously, you start off as like some kid. You work your way up to being like a professional footballer.
So you can starts Carl.
But there's like cutscenes and everything. And
Carl.
they actually have like proper CGI stuff done in it.
Yeah, but if I want a story, I play like Red Dead Redemption.
No, yeah, it's not the type of story you'd want to sit and play.
I imagine the FIFA
you play
community
it, it's like,
really play
well, I've got nothing else to do. I'll have a go with it.
I can't imagine the FIFA community was big on it.
The first one they did, they really were. Then the second one, it was near enough. It's like a continuation of the story, and it died.
Oh,
then this
rest
one,
in peace.
They've done it for 3 years now. It's the third year, and this time they've done a whole new storyline. But you can play it. You can choose at the start which person you want to play it, which point of view you want to play it from. So you can
the
play
goalkeeper or the goal.
No, you can play it. There's the main character.
The ball or the boots.
There's the There's the main character called Alex Hunter, which is the guy you played for the last two. You can play as him.
Alex.
Then you can play as his mate, who's also a footballer, called Danny Williams or something. You can play as him, or you can play as Alex Hunter's sister, who's a female footballer from America.
Women's football.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
Okay,
they do women's
different.
football in it,
Okay.
so you can be a women's footballer in the
Women's
journey,
footballer.
and it's pretty decent.
That's all right.
And there's like
From the
a
way you
couple
said
of scenes.
decent,
Yeah,
it's
it just sounds so boring.
It's not special though. It's nothing good about it particularly. It's something you'd play where if you're like, I'll give it a go, and you end up sitting and playing through it. 'Cause you can play through the whole thing in about 3 hours.
Right.
It's a total waste of time.
That is total
What was
waste,
the
yeah.
best story mode you played then? Like
On any
game.
game.
That's a hell of a question. You too, Carl.
Little Big Planet 2.
It's
love
got
that.
good writing. I'd give it. That was fair.
Probably if I played it again now, probably not. But at the time when I played it,
From
I
a
thought
story
that was...
and writing perspective, what would you say? Like, because Little Big Planet 2 is like level design focus, but the writing has been good for it, from what I've seen.
Uncharted 3.
Uncharted 3.
I love
yes,
that.
I agree. That's a good one.
I really like that.
That is basically just Indiana Jones, the video game.
But
That's
yeah,
why
I
I
just
always
loved
call it. It's
I
fun.
just loved it. So good.
They are a good series.
Yeah, Uncharted's really good. Carl, what's your favourite story mode?
Probably like my favorite game, which is Suikoden 2 on a PS1. Was released in
Arigato.
1998.
Sorry?
It was released in 1998. And
On
I still
that.
love the
That's an
story
old
about that. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know, it just doesn't compare to anything.
I gotta say,
For me,
stories. I stick with Red Dead Redemption. The first one, the second one, I just love it. I love how well it's written. it's like GTA, but the writers are taking themselves seriously for once because GTA is not as full of stupid fucking jokes. I remember in GTA 4, there's an internet cafe called Twat, and the @ is an email @ symbol.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So it's like, how do you get these fucking stupid ass writers to write like one of the best stories I've ever seen? You know, it's impressive.
Yeah.
But for gameplay, you gotta go Resident Evil. You gotta go Resident Evil for gameplay.
Oh yeah.
Would you include Resident Evil 5 and
anything that's
5 and 6?
All right, ignore 5 and 6. I'll say 1 till 4, then 7 2. Okay. That means nothing to like no one, but someone out there is gonna get that entirely, and they'll be like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah.
5 and 6 and all the spin-offs are crap. Call it now.
Yeah.
But the main series, except 5 and 6, are good. Rob disagrees. He's shaking his head in rage.
I'm not shaking.
He's a big fan of Resident Evil 6.
All right, sure.
He's clenching his fist around Carl's throat.
No,
that was Carl's neck.
Wait, Carl's dead.
Okay.
Get up, Carl.
What?
Carl's up.
He's back.
Right, so what's this? Nokia has 5 cameras.
Nokia?
Nokia, sorry.
Nokia, well, they announced the new phone that's got 5 cameras. One's for the FBI, one's for the CIA, one's for MI6.
What, just
one's for
you?
MI High. That's an old reference, isn't it? Do you remember MI High? I'm sorry to go on a tangent.
No.
That's a CBBC show. I used to
don't
watch it.
Oh, no, yeah.
It was MI High. It was like spies in high school.
Yeah.
That was fucking stupid.
Can't relate, I'm sorry.
Oh, CBBC was great, but it was also trash. Alright, Nokia.
No, yeah. So, I think it's a bit ridiculous, personally. Having 5
what is it?
cameras
Is
on
it
the phone.
5 cameras at the back? Or
Yeah, on the
5
back.
lenses on the back.
It's got this weird,
plus the front one. So 6 technically on the whole
6,
phone.
oh.
But
You take many pictures.
5 separate lenses on the back.
You may as well just buy like a full-fledged camera if you're going to
Yeah,
mess
DSLR
around
at
lenses
that point.
like the smudge.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that take so much space at the back? Would you
It takes up about a third of the back of the screen. If you've seen the picture, it takes up that much. And they're in like a pentagon shape.
Yeah.
So it looks really kind of...
But the
holding
weirder
it would
part
be
is,
hard,
like,
though.
depending which lens you're on, you're going to have to be at a different angle than you were originally, wouldn't you?
No, yeah.
No,
but
but fuck, I said it again. I said it again, Rob. Bleep it out. Bleep it out. I'm sorry.
2 episodes in a row.
I said it again.
Right, yeah. So these cameras, right, you're going to potentially being at one side. Most likely the case, each lens will have a different function. One of them will be black and white. Mine's got the same, I've only got 2.
You just get a filter for that if you guess.
No, yeah, but this is... If you've ever taken
true black and white, I know you're on about
better
like,
than just some Instagram
I know, but
filter.
why do you need a fucking black and white camera?
No, it's
Get
a gimmick.
A camera though, you know
it's
what I
a
mean?
gimmick.
Yeah,
it's a gimmick,
it's a-
right? So they've got one.
I'm
which
just criticising it.
Yeah.
You may as well get a proper camera if you're going to do black and white.
Without like looking into what each lens does, I suspect there's
Monochrome.
a monochrome lens, a full color lens, which is like whatever megapixel. It's,
2.
Would a wide angle lens be
There'll
one
be a
of them?
wide
Maybe
angle
about
lens,
3 megapixel.
There'll be a wide angle lens, a telephoto lens, and a macro
Fisheye
lens.
lens.
Let's say.
Oh.
This is 5.
Why-
Fisheye.
No
we don't
fisheye
tend to have-
lens. No, I'm not getting it then. I was sold up until that point.
Fisheye
no
lens.
fisheye lens, not getting it.
If you're going on about impracticality, fisheye lens is literally the most impractical
Exactly,
thing of all
it's
that's
the-
so than monochrome.
They're terrifying.
Yeah, everything.
I've never seen a fisheye lens used correctly. They looked awful.
They always
everything.
do. They always do.
Everyone's got those weird faces in them. It's everything's weird. I don't like it. I'm calling out whoever invented fisheye lenses. Dr. Fisheye.
Dr. Fisheye.
Yeah.
Bird's
He just
eye.
named it after himself. Bird's eye. Yeah, he made it.
Bird's eye. They made the fish fingers and then the fisheye lens.
And they made the
They tried going into both,
Samsung Galaxy Fold, Carl. Explain.
So
technology.
it's also a new
Mobile device.
It
That
mobile
holds
device.
your
New
contacts.
innovation.
And obviously, they're saying, it's a new revelation. You can fold your phone now.
So
So we've got a
What?
wider screen.
The Nintendo DS was doing that already.
No, but not like
Let me have a look
flip
at
phones
this.
or something.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
I need to look.
Let's do some.
Yeah.
Let's do some comparisons. So the flip.
I want to see.
I'll
I
mix
want to
it-
see how the method of implementation they're going about.
Method
the
of
fold.
implementation.
Yeah.
Christ, Rob, it's
Apparently
a radio
the-
show.
Sure,
The
we're getting technical now.
Let's talk about the method of implementation.
The starting price of it is
I want to see what
2000
specs it's got. What OS is it running?
No, I'm not interested
its
in
cores.
that. I just want to see, how it folds. Oh,
There
so
you
the
go.
actual display folds. Okay.
That's
No,
good,
yeah,
yes.
I've seen phones where it's
Right,
where there's like you can see the join in the
Yeah.
middle and it's two separate displays.
you had one, didn't you?
That's no, that's horribly wide.
yeah.
Okay, I got. So
That's-
Nintendo DS
it's like a
and this Nintendo DS, you can play games on the go. You've got a good library of games. 120 quid for a 3DS now.
Can you make a phone call though?
You can go on the internet.
Yeah, but what support
You got
does it
Street
have? It'll
Pass.
have no.
You can message your Nintendo friends.
It probably won't support any HTML5, any JavaScript, any of that.
But you can message your Nintendo friends, Rob. You can
Oh,
play.
wow.
You can play Animal Crossing. Can you fucking play not the I'm not talking the Android Animal Crossing, but can you play like a good Animal Crossing on that? No, you can't. Useless.
For $2,000.
$2,000. Rob's trying to justify it. I can
I'm
see
not.
already.
I'm not trying to justify it.
Then why are you against the 3DS movement?
It's 2DS, please.
2DS.
2DS
That's
XL.
that's the new one.
I'm
isn't
going
it?
to check
'Cause
the
3D
specs
is
as
not
well because
useful
you
anymore.
mentioned it. I want to see what you're getting for your money. 'Cause
I want to see the
$2,000
specifications.
No, but $2,000's a lot of money.
2 gigabyte.
It's got to be okay. There's no info.
There's no info.
No, there's no info.
about
It's
it, yeah.
illegal at the moment. It's been banned by the government.
Somewhere.
I wouldn't trust Samsung, honestly, because
Yeah,
their
they're
phones
exploding
set on
phones.
fire.
Oh.
I don't believe this would work. You probably open it and like a spider would jump up at you or something. I don't know.
Mm.
Okay, 512 gig internal is very good.
Yeah, but you could probably get an SD card for a Switch
Yeah.
and just put that in instead. Way
Have you
better.
seen the 1 terabyte SD card SanDisk
Yep,
releasing?
I've seen it.
I've not. Okay, this is awful for the listeners because they can't view it, but Google it. So you're listening along, listeners. Unless you're in the gym or something, then I just
You're
think
just hearing
about
a
it.
keyboard click.
Yeah, just think about it.
Yeah, 1 terabyte.
Why do you have to
SD
show a
card.
picture of that? That's not worth my time.
The picture.
You could have just told me that they released one.
Yeah, so you can
Put
officially get one of these things. That is a monster of a card.
Isn't that
Considering micro
isn't that
SD
why
was
the 256 gigabyte went on sale?
probably.
Because of
probably
the new 1 terabyte?
No, wait, when was this announced?
It's recently.
days ago,
Well,
literally a day ago,
Because
9 hours.
it was only a week ago when that was on
'Cause
sale.
Yeah, they probably anticipated the
Yeah,
release of
it was
this.
Yeah.
probably. Okay, so
So
Is it
yeah,
out?
I'm actually interested in that coming out because I'll probably, if
Buy
they're
one.
not like through the roof in terms of price initially, I might get one.
he's justified it. I told you he's against 3DS.
I don't like the idea of using a 3DS as a mobile.
If you're
device.
listening to this on YouTube, go back and listen to Rob when he first started talking about it and how he was against it. Now look at him, he's complicit. You're part of the problem, Rob.
What?
You consumeristic.
I'm not on
Pig.
about the Samsung Galaxy Fold.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, I can read
no.
you.
I'd want the SD card
Because
because then I can use it for my
look at him
camera.
switching sides. Oh no, I was on about the SD card, guys.
Right, I'll cut you both off because I'm meant to finish anyway. About
Yeah, let's
now.
finish now,
Alright.
then.
Right,
Everyone
okay.
remember, Rob is
Because
going to buy a
we're-
$2,000 phone as soon as he gets the chance to. Let's get. That's what we should end on that note.
That's no. Yeah, let's. It's time's kind of running out on us now, so it has been episode 10.
Yep.
Yep.
This went a lot smoother.
Yeah.
great.
Really, it actually
It
did.
actually did, apart from the distractions. But yeah,
A lot of distractions. Too many distractions.
yeah, I know,
Oh.
right? Calling
Well.
one person out.
Yeah. That's not uncalled for, man.
Right.
It's only 15.
Wow.
No one's going to get the joke. Everyone's just going to think you're a paedophile now.
I want to clarify.
Rob is not a paedophile.
I
This is
want
me
to
saying
clarify,
it. That
yeah.
makes me. It's more weight if I say it because I accused it in the first place.
Yeah. These guys can back me up on it.
Rob is not a paedophile as far as I'm aware.
You have to put that there in.
I don't. Yeah. What if he turns out to be a paedophile? I don't get caught in that. I don't be like anything linked to you.
Let's just end the show. Let's just end the show.
So.
Because if not, I'm gonna have like
That-
so much to fit in
Oh,
somehow.
that's funny.
Right,
Probably
Carl,
get caught up that.
Carl, do the outro for us.
All right, so this is episode 10. We'll see. We'll do it again next week.
We'll be
If
back
we're
next
still here.
week.
Nice
if
outro.
we're not dead.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
well,
say.
we'll see you next week.
Adios.
Bye.